Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for coming back. Today we talk about another issue with testosterone, the symptoms of low T, also known as testosterone. Now, how do you know if your testosterone is low without going to the doctor and spending $300 on a blood test? Let me show you. Number one is low sex drive. Yeah, I mean, especially as a man, if you don't feel like having sex, every 2-3 days, or even worse, I know some guys, they don't want to have sex, believe it or not, every week. They have like maybe twice a month or so. Well, obviously that could be different reasons too, but mainly it's because a man doesn't feel the sex drive because of low T. That's an indication that, as a man, it's hard to explain, but you feel it, If you don't have the drive to have sex, at least twice or 3 times a week, check yourself. There might be something wrong. Erectile dysfunction. Erectile dysfunction basically means, if you don't have a lot of testosterone or in your system, trust me, you will have a hard time getting hard, or even if you get hard, you will have a hard time keeping it up. Low T does not keep the dick hard. It will get soft again. And next one is hair loss. Now, I'm not talking about usually if you have high testosterone, which converts in DHT. That means you can lose the hair on your head, but that's not what we're talking about here. I'm talking about this one here, hair loss, meaning body hair, okay? Now, you might have seen it before, but older gentlemen, when they're in the 60s, 70s, and the testosterone is down by 50, 60%, they will, not all of them, but a lot of them, they will lose their hair on their leg, their arms, their chest, everywhere, and with bad luck, even on their head. But yeah. So yeah, you get the nice legs back when you're older without hair. But trust me, that's not a good sign. That just means that you have low T. Next one is fatigue. And I've been there many times. If you drink coffee after coffee and you're taking a fat burner or energy pill and the energy doesn't last, all you get is like dizziness and headaches, and you just don't feel it no more. Well, I've been there before. Trust me, you can drink as much coffee as you want. It gives you a little boost, but you're right back in the fatigue mode, and it feels horrible. Especially as a man, when you go in the gym and you don't have no freaking energy and you have no pump and you can't even lift the weight and you're not even motivated to go to the gym, that is also a symptom of low T. Loss of muscle mass. Of course, if your testosterone is low, especially as a man, you cannot keep your muscle mass and you will start to lose and hypertrophying all those nice muscles which took you years and years to build. And trust me, when you have low T, that goes fast. Because think about it, if you're tired and you fatigue and you don't even feel like going to the gym, how are you supposed to keep this muscle mass? You go down. Next one is increased body fat. And well, of course, if testosterone is down, which regulates a lot of your function, especially in a male, then body fat increases. And when body fat increases, they will decrease testosterone even more. And also, it kind of like correlates with being fatigued, because if you're fatigued and you're tired and you can't do any activity because you don't feel it, obviously you also gain fat. So, all those issues are basically connected. If one of them, it's just a chain reaction. The next one is mood changes. Yeah, that's a good one. Mood changes. If you're always moody, up and down, and you just don't feel it, and you just don't appreciate life, and if you live in a nice area or in the ocean, and you can't even enjoy where you live and the nice view, and you feel depressed and you don't know why, what's wrong with you, and the whole world is against you and all this stuff, well, just stop here, okay? It might be just as simple as low T, which is the easy fix. Affected memory. Also, yeah, if you keep forgetting every little thing, it's like, you go shopping and you don't have your shopping list, and you forget like half of what's on it, I mean, little things, if you start forgetting things, you have like a conversation with one of your friends and you're like about to say something, you're like, I just forgot, it just disappeared. Well, that doesn't mean it's low T, okay, because some people have that for different reasons. But if that continues happening and you have all of the symptoms or some of the symptoms here too, well, that also means you have low T. Another one is decreased bone mass. Sure, if you don't train, if you're not an active person, then testosterone is low. That will also decrease your bone mass. So, okay, now let me tell you, some people have all of these symptoms. Some people have even more, which are not even on the list. And some people just have a couple or two. I had low T myself a few years back, believe it or not. Naturally, my testosterone, even when I was a little kid, I was always in the low range. And after 30, my testosterone just dropped down dramatically. And I had quite a few of the symptoms here. I had no sex drive. I had the erectile dysfunction, issue. I didn't have the hair loss, even though I wouldn't mind on my legs. Then I felt fatigue. Well, maybe I lost some of my muscle, but not too much, And mood changes, I had a lot. I mean, I was always depressed. I just, it's just this, you don't feel right. A man with low T, trust me, you feel like shit. You don't just feel right. You have no energy, nothing. You don't feel like a man. If there's like a hot girl, crossing the street and then you don't look at them, trust me, you have low T. There's something wrong with you. And I've been there, and mine wasn't too extreme, but enough to do something about it. And I will talk about this in my next video. I will talk about how to fix all this naturally, okay? Thanks for watching. Give me likes, join my YouTube channel, and if you have any questions, leave me a comment, and thank you. Bye.